Check this out. 1, 2, 3, in the place to be.
Let it rock, rock. That feeling. My calculations are correct. You think it should be making its way to the volume button? Go ahead, go ahead. Don't worry, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Well, all right. I am not on.
We are live, baby. They've been waiting for it. Some of them have paid to see it. But we live in this bitch. We live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now let me do my customary. Make sure I share this. And I hope that when you guys are tuning in, you are sharing this as well. This my joint, bro. This 10 mil tone. What is up? If you live and you clicking on us and you viewing with us, go ahead and leave a comment so we can give you a shout out. We appreciate you rocking with us after our week hiatus. It actually wasn't a hiatus because we were over in Dayton and we was doing work. So we actually did 3 shows on Saturday. So it wasn't a hiatus. So you did see us, just not on our typical prearranged meetings on Fridays. But
I felt like us being all in the same place was fucking dope.
Oh, it was lit. Like it was. I felt like that's how our podcast should be done always. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt.
Yeah.
But hold on. I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I try to do what we can to get our exposure up. What up, EJ? Appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Yeah, my homeboy had his open mic thing today. And I was like, man, I want to go, but we got a show. Can't do it. Some other time. That's how much y'all mean to me here in the smoke pit, man. That's how much y'all mean to me. So don't think I don't love y'all.
Hell yeah.
Cause I love y'all. All right. Let's you ready to get into it?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, ladies, gentlemen. Trick ass marks, mark ass tricks. Skip scap schooly wags and all that other stuff, man. It's your homie Mac, aka your boy.
And this is Brad Like a King, Miss Calvin Kaylee. Welcome back to the Smoke Pit. Yo, it's been one hell of a week, man. Like, for real.
Yep, starting with Friday last week, man. So that's why we didn't have the show Friday night, is because me and Black were both actually traveling to Dayton, Ohio, to show support to one of the Dat Feelin' members, Clint Taylor, and his album his project that he is soon to be releasing with MRK, Mark Sox, better known as Mark Brown here in the Smoke Pit. So we were saluting both of them cats out there. They were doing work, and we had a blast. We were able to support family and also come up with some good ideas moving forward. Oh, what's up, Chief? Aloha to you too. I see everybody who's been to Hawaii trying to front with the aloha and stuff. Now y'all island people. Y'all just can't say hi. Y'all just can't say hi. Y'all got to be all extra with it. I got to let y'all, I got to let y'all know I'm on the island. Aloha to the mainlanders. But, we had a good time. Actually got to be in the same room with a lot of the dudes we have. So first of all, let me shout out to the DFPN. Before we talk about sponsors, let me just shout out DFPN, Mr. Fuck You On Me, a.k.a. Wiz's Beast, E. Smitty, host of Real Food. Fuck You On Me, of course, is the host of Mr. Fuck You On Me podcast. Mark Sox was there. Low key, he's a rapper, but he does have some fire ass podcasts. He has like I think a 10 episode joint, Lost in Translation, where he talks about doing hip hop in Japan when he was stationed here and then transitioning back here to the States. So he cuts it up on there. We have Poetic there. Shout out to the sis Poetic, host of Poetic University, that's about to come back and relaunch on the network. What am I forgetting? My man here, Black, shout out to him. Dialogue, you know, he switched up his whole podcast and brought something that I think was needed, and now he's getting back to what he do best. My man, Wrestling With My Thoughts is coming back. He talking about that AEW, WWE, all that good stuff. And I know we got some wrestling fans in here. I know we got wrestling fans in here. So when he gets his page set up, I'm going to be in there and I'm going to be talking about the stuff I really know about. 80s WWF and that Attitude Era WWF. Or I think that's when they switched to WWE because World Wildlife Federation was after the ass.
I actually have the group is actually up right now. So go to Wrestling With Thoughts. That is the actual group for the Wrestling With My Thoughts podcast. So it's not a fan group. I'm gonna rename it to the Wrestling With My Thoughts fan group page, but actually the group itself is called Wrestling With Thoughts. So
actually, if you just leave it with Wrestling With Thought,
go check it out.
Yeah, people can join it still. And on that page, like depending how they react and stuff, you can give out top fan badges, all that other good stuff, man. So if you want to just keep it like that and like just invite everybody from here, I'm in, bro. Yeah. I'm in. But yeah, you bringing it back, bro. We got some good plans for season 3. Season 3 of DFPN. So let me go ahead and
after Dayton, like for real, like follow, because this shit's about to go all the way down. It's really about to go all the way down. Because we left Dayton on a high, and we gonna ride that wave.
He ain't lying. He is not lying. We came back ready to create some stuff, and we doing it. Investing and trying to get better production, because you see right now, like my shadow be hitting this green screen. I got the little fuzzies. I'm getting that bright light coming through. I'm getting like a lighting kit. So we're gonna do stuff to ratchet up the production value for you guys, to give you guys a great show and everything. So let's shout out the sponsors, right? So you know how it go. Shout out to Get the Plugs, wireless earbuds. Go to the address you see down there below, www.gettheplugs.com. You can throw in promo code MRK space socks, which is just SX. So just MRK space SX, get you a discount on that. And there's an option for you to be able to pay it in monthly payments, so you don't have to pay the whole price all at once, right? So if you want a nice set of headphones, earbuds, without getting caught up in wires, check them out. They can work with you. They want everybody to have great earbuds and quality products, right? Shout out to Audio Swim. So www.audioswim.com. For all my musicians out there, you creating a track, you want to get it out there, let the people hear what you got to say across all streaming services, major streaming services, albeit, right? Go ahead, hit them up, $5 a track, and it'll get out there, right? And also my man Berto is big on helping the artists profit more off of their work than actual distributors and stuff. So just go there, check it out, read up on it. Don't take my word for it. Read up on it and make your own decision. Then, of course, Premier Element UAE. Just check out premierelement.com. And they will take care of all your marketing, branding, agent, managing, all that stuff. They can take care of you for that. So if you're looking to build a brand, build a name for yourself out there, no matter what you're doing, and you want some representation, check my man out at premierelement.com. All right? Did I leave anything off, Black?
Yes. Hell no, you did wonderful. I couldn't have did it better myself.
Now that the church bulletins are over. Oh shit, shout out to Rob Gibbons. Rob Gibbons in here. Here we go. You can cash from behind the old look, man. I love the comments and the reactions we're getting in here. This is what I'm talking. This is what I missed. Like, I love doing the live show with you there, but I hated we didn't have the comments popping up right there in front of us like this, man.
Good, missing the comments.
We love y'all, man. We missed y'all.
Yeah. Me too.
Also, if you did not know, give a big shout out to our very own Jennifer Johnson, who last night was the first winner of our quarterly $100 giveaway for Patreon members, right?
Yeah.
So we sent her the 100. She thanked us and everything, and we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get in on this, right? So if you see down there at the bottom, I changed it, the scrolling text.
Yes.
So join the Patreon. That's how you get in on this, right? Join the Patreon. And I think, Mac, you actually still have the beta going, right? For the $1 join? Or did you end that?
Yeah. No, I ended it and then I brought it back. So there's still 6 $1 slots left in the Patreon.
Yes. So for $1 a month, $12 a year, you have a chance to win $100 4 times a year. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say. If I could do it myself and give myself $100 of my own money every year, 4 times a year, I would do it. So we're not asking much, just for you to put $1 a month. Trust in us. That's all we're asking. And we left Dayton. We have some ideas for the Patreon. We are already trying to work out and schedule a time to record a bonus episode of Smoke Pit during the week. Probably not as long as the Friday episode, but give, probably about a good hour of discussion between me and Mac on some pop culture, celebrity nonsense type shit to keep you laughing and then keep you engaged in what's going on out there.
Right.
We got the Smoke Pit After Hours that we started up the last Friday we did it, so about 2 weeks ago. So like we'll end this and record a session of just us bullshitting, and then we'll upload that to the Patreon. So that's another hour of us bullshitting back and forth that you get. I got a 5-minute set that I've been working on that I'm about to upload to Patreon, and I want the Patreon's feedback because this is the shit I'm about to go to comedy clubs and do, right? So if this shit ain't funny, I want y'all to come back and tell me, hey dog, this ain't it. I'd rather hear it from y'all. I'd rather hear it from the fam than hear it from some lame ass strangers out there that can't do the shit that I'm doing. So please keep that shit. Oh shit. Is this
definitely.
Is this your track? Is this your track? Yeah, it is. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
It is.
That's my man. That's my man Black playing in the background. So you see the thing down there? Join the Patreon, only $1. Once you join for $1 in this beta, when we switch to the tiers, no matter what they are, you will get everything that the highest tier gets for the small price of your $1. So this is the time to get in. I'm just letting you know. And shout out to all those who went above and beyond the $1 and are paying $5 a month to us, man. We really appreciate that. You guys doing that, the Patrons doing that, is what's motivating us to provide awesome content for you guys. So that's what we here for.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me switch back. And if you hear the music in the back, if not,
More. Hell yeah.
look at the ticker below. Music brought to you by the good people at Dat Feelin'. Right? So go to bandcamp.datfeelin' or datfeelin.bandcamp.com. You can hear all of these tracks. And if you don't want to, because I think the minimum just to subscribe to that so you can get the new music as it comes out is $3 a month. If that's too much, there's free. You can go to Amazon, Google Music, Apple Music, Spotify. You can stream this as well, but there are exclusive bonus tracks and exclusive albums that are only on the Bandcamp. So there you go. Sign up, $3. Just give it a try, see if you like what's on there, and then, you know, if you want more music, because every month they're putting out something new. So just throwing it out there. If you like music, if you like hip hop, you like good hip hop, this is where you want to be. All right. Shout out to Jen. More stand up. Fuck them anyway. Like, I wish I could say that on stage, but you know, I'm trying to get my name big enough to be like fuck the audience, but I'm not there yet. Anyway, so let's talk about the OHIO.
Be like fuck it. I don't care.
Facts. So Ohio, man, Black, give me your overall impression of the magic that happened in Dayton.
Bro, I was fully prepared to experience the energy because I've known MRK for a while, and I've been in situations with MRK where I've seen that with my own eyes, but to add in the elements that we have with E. Smitty and Wiz's Beast and Poetic, on top of that, on top of Clint Taylor and everything that we were doing, bro, it was just, I wasn't prepared for the amount of camaraderie that we actually all had together. That shit was crazy. And it was like immediate too. Like when we pulled up to the airport and like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like I've never met Wiz before in person, but when we all got together, it was just like we had known each other, and it just rolled. That's how the whole weekend was. It was like, all right, we got stuff to do, let's do it. But in the meantime, we're gonna bullshit, we're gonna laugh. And it was just like any other family member that, you know what I mean, that we've hung out together. You know what I mean? Like, I think going into it, me and you had the longest history, but it was like everybody there knew each other for the longest time because we was just cracking jokes and laughing, but everybody knew like when the work was being done, like the work. And then to cap it off the way we capped it off Saturday night with the listening party, I'm telling y'all now, like, and this is just not on the team or I'm on the roster or I'm rapping, anything like that. I'm telling you now, what's coming is excellent. What is coming out is what I heard from this listening party. I really wanted to come back and like change elements of my album because of what I heard at this listening party. Because I'm like, these guys are killing it. So what's going to be coming musically? Oh my God. And then podcast wise, we had a very productive podcast meeting. And then we had what came out of was what I think is going to be our best work ever, podcast wise. So I think overall Dayton, I was like, Dayton owes me nothing, really. And then I didn't really that. And then I saw my commercial today, the one that we shot there, and I'm like, God.
Yeah,
like,
you ready, right?
You
ready?
I knew Saturday, like I was like, yeah, I'm ready for the limelight.
Yeah.
I was what I saw was just levels above what I was expecting. Like that trip was levels above what I was expecting. It was like, you know what? I think it brought my passion back, really. Not just for the podcast, because the passion was there. I really wanted to make the podcast something special. But musically, I think what this weekend did for me musically,
yeah,
I don't think I can ever repay them Like for real. Like I came back and I was like, okay, I know what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
And my whole goal after that weekend is I'm going to do this shit, and I want this to build so big to where I can just quit my fucking job and do this shit all day. I'm convinced. Like I really just want it that are just you just make the shit going. You know what I mean? Like you really do. You make it worth doing. So what you think about it?
If I did not have a whole family back here in Arizona, I would have wanted to make that weekend as long as possible. I would have wanted that to have been
definitely
at least a week. You know, like I was talking to Smitty, and I think this was it was a voice message me and him had. I love the fact that we could hit the ground running, not have met each other except for me and you. You're the only physical person that I knew in the group. We get there, we cut it up for like a good 30, 45 minutes. 30, 45 minutes. And then it was just like, all right, Smitty, time to do your shit. Time to get your podcast in. And we go and we set his shit up and we give him that energy he needs for his podcast. We break, we have our meeting. We wake up early on a Saturday. Like, I haven't been up that early on a Saturday in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But it was worth it. Get up, get that nasty-ass Waffle House, right? Come back. 3 episodes of The Smoke Pit. Break. Shoot commercial. Shoot commercial. B-roll. Just seeing downtown Dayton. First of all, let me tell you. Being in Arizona, I forgot fall was a whole season. I forgot fall was an entire season that happens on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? I got there and I was like, something's wrong with that tree. Why are the leaves red? Why are the leaves orange on that one? What's happening here? Are your trees poisoned? I'm like, oh shit, it's autumn. I forgot about that. But beautiful weather out there. The riverscape, I think that's where we went. The riverscape with like ducks actually chilling. I mean, there was like metal benches I could actually sit on.
Yeah.
And not scar myself for life. Like just the area was nice. Now I know the winters is real. I know the winters is vicious up there, so I'm not looking forward to that. I would leave before winter.
Right.
Fall, I'm cool. Right. But podcast wise, meeting wise, and I told you guys this, and I know I mentioned it a lot in my previous podcast. Like I said what I said. I am just excited to be associated and surrounded by people who are as passionate about attaining their dreams and going after what they want as I am. You know what I'm saying? That motivates me more. And I hope that y'all seeing me motivated makes you more motivated, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're all just motivating each other, pushing people to be the best they can be. Right. Which is kind of what came out of this podcast. Like, we're doing decent podcasts, right? We for the shit we got, the equipment we got. But it's like, we can be better. Right. We can be better. This is how we can be better. So to push each other and let me tell y'all, I know we're going way past the timing for this segment, but I just want to share this shit with y'all that are watching. And shout out to Megan. It was real. You know, she's like, hold on, let me put this up here. So she's like, this is so real. I love to hear when people find out how awesome they are and find their stride in their calling. And let me tell you, everybody in our group, who's the youngest person in our group? Like, cause we some old dudes. We some old people in this group. And ain't like 20-year-olds out here.
I think Wiz is actually. Now I think Wiz is the youngest person in the group, really, and I think Wiz is 6.
Yeah, so I mean, you got damn near a group of 6, 7, 40 somethings in here. Like, let's get our dreams. Let's get after this. Let's get after this. You know, and And it's and I'm for it, you know, because I'm thinking, damn, I'm outside of my window. I'm an outlier. But I see these guys and they're grinding just as hard as I am. So that's what's motivated me. Like, I feel like I'm doing okay, but then getting that constructive criticism. Hey, Mac, you trying to stretch yourself out too much. Compartmentalize your stuff. Make segments. That way you can only focus on Smoke Pit. And I said what I said. You don't have to have all these other segments and all this other stuff. So I'm just like, this is what I need. And one last thing, and then I'll get off my little soapbox and shit, right?
Right.
If you are not following, so YouTube channels, we have the Dat Feeling Podcast YouTube channel where this gets saved up to and stuff. And then there's the Dat Feeling YouTube channel, which is like strictly the music. There is a music video that the crew did called Long Way Around. The video for that is them saying everything they did in 2019 with no budget, just them funding them themselves, going on tours, having shows, producing music, publishing albums, doing all of that. And I'm watching this video as I'm laying in my bed like, these are the dudes I've been looking for. Like these are the dudes, these are the type of people that I've been needing around me to be like, it's not stupid to want to get after your shit after 19 years in the middle. Like some people be like, damn, you wasted, your prime is behind you. You know, your prime is behind you. You got to focus on the next part of your life. Like it's, you know how long you got to grind to be big as a comic, as anything. That's not coming out of their mouths. They're just like, cool.
Yeah.
You know, let's show you how.
Yeah.
Let's show you how. Cause I mean, oh my God. Let me stop. Mac, talk to the people, bro. Talk to the people.
Nah, man, you got a perfect point, bro. Like even me musically, I was in a box. I put myself in a box. Like, all right, I'm too old to be doing this shit. You know what I mean? I got family. I done raised a family, and I'm pretty sure if I come back, then I'm not gonna be talking the same shit like I used to talk, and I don't know how to be hip to this whole fucking generation, this whole shit. And then for some reason, like when we're in this fucking listening party, and I knew, because if you shared the video, like I performed, like that was the most nervous that I had been ever for a perform, and I totally botched it. But what I got out of it was, okay, I'm not old, because the reaction in the room while I was rapping was, oh shit, he's actually talking something. And like I could see the eyes and the looks in the room like, okay, this motherfucker's talking about something right now. Like, and I could see everybody perk up and start paying attention. And that's when I knew, like, okay. That's when I knew. Like, that's when it clicked in, like, okay, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, say what you need to say, do what you need to do. And then, like, even before that, my whole obstacle was I don't want to be, like, doing all of this shit by myself. And then even they helped with that shit. Like, when I tell you that feeling has helped me leaps and bounds, bro, I really do mean this shit. Like, leaps and fucking bounds. Like, the things that they've, like, even just, like, trying to find my way and trying to find my voice and rap it, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, even got the words because my energy's on 1,000. And, like, I'm, like, just trying to feel the energy and give it back. And then he was like, dude, that shit was dope as fuck. And I'm like, E, I totally just fucked up right now. He's like, nah, man, you should have seen it.
Yeah. And
he was like, they was rocking with you.
I feel bad.
Think so? He was like, man,
I feel bad personally because your first verse, the energy you had, how you was killing it, the conviction you was spitting with, then you gave it to Smitty for the hook, and then that's when I was just like, man, people need to see this shit. Let me go ahead and go live. And then he gave the mic back, and you was just hyped. Like, you was just like, I want to give me the mic back. Give me the mic back. And then that's when you kind of tripped up.
Yeah, my energy was up.
Bro, I felt so bad. I was just like, man,
my energy
people
was
didn't
so
see
up.
the people didn't
I
get
had
to
never felt that
see.
shit before.
People didn't get to see the first joint. But the oh my god.
Yeah, it was like I was like, and I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it, and I was like, oh my god, like I was like, this shit has never happened. But again, it was just the whole energy. It was just the whole energy. Like that energy was crazy. I had never felt that shit before. You know what I mean? Like okay. And then when I was done, I was like, okay, now I know what I need to do. You know what I mean? Now I know how I need to attack everything that I need to attack because I have something. Yes. And that's all thanks to them. Yes. You know what I mean? Like really that's all thanks to them.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I mean that was just 36 hours, if that. 36 hours. So shout out to first of all, shout out to Mark Sox, Mark Brown, who is a member of the group. He did the itinerary and he squeezed out every possible ounce of time to get
every minute.
Bro, when I tell you, when I took leave, people are just like, man, that's a weird spot to have a vacation. It's like, bro, this is work. Like work. Like, but it was, bro, you know that saying?
Yeah.
If you find a job that you love, you will never work a day in your life. I thought that was just a day with the homies. That was just a day with the homies. A day
in your life, yeah.
That was just a day with the homies.
Yeah, it really was. And you know what? Like,
what up?
It was so good. It was so good that like when I got back home, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like I really was like, what the fuck? Like we did so much work. Like if you didn't know it, we did so much work in 2 days than most people would actually do in a week. We put in that much work. And then like it was just nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. Huh. I love y'all in these comments right away. I love y'all, man. I love this positivity and stuff that's going on. I love it, and I appreciate the encouragement. I appreciate the encouragement, and it's. I'm not gonna cry in front of y'all. I'm a grown ass man and shit, but I will say that. Seeing this and knowing that you guys have been in my corner, because a lot of these cats been with me like early 2000s all the way up till now. So like knowing that they've been in my corner this long and I haven't seen them in person since, you know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
Like I'm hungry. Like this is what I'm chasing. This is what I'm after. And so being with y'all, seeing that steel sharpens steel. Yes, Rob, my man. Rob. Iron sharpens iron. That's what we was talking about up there, remember?
Hell yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. Let's get out here and do this. So this circle that we're in, it's only going to push each one of us to become better, right? And if we see somebody settling for something that they could be outperforming, we're going to reach back and pull them up. Like, nah, homie, like, come up here. Like, this is how we're going to be presenting ourselves. This is how we're going to be doing. All right, I'm done. I'm done with Ohio, unless you got something else to say.
Yeah.
Because I could have filled this whole first hour talking about this. But
I'm done. I'm good.
We got some real shit to talk about.
Yeah, this could be a podcast in its own. Yes.
Actually, when we're done with this one, when we get done with the bracket and cut this off and we do the after hours, we'll probably get more in depth with what we do. And I probably might premiere my commercial. It's the first commercial for my podcast, and he had me. I was like, I made it. I made it. This is an actual commercial that I'm about to put out advertising my podcast. Megan. But one day you decided to tell that story. That's a whole nother podcast. We'll get into that. That might be the after hours thing where we talk about. You know what? I don't think they got the full how this started story. So we may share that in the after hours, like how podcasting came to be, and then stepping into what we got now.
Okay.
So we'll do that in the after hours, Megan. Patreon only though, so make sure you get it.
Right. Yeah.
Make sure you sign up for that Patreon though.
Get on over to Patreon. Yeah. Right. Come on over to Patreon.
So moving to our next topic, I will tell you, we finna talk about this debate. So if you are not here for the political stuff, because we're not trying to get too far, too left, right, whatever, we just gonna give our opinions. I'm a registered independent. I'm gonna just give you just the overall kind of like as a you know, I do follow and stuff, but as an outsider looking in, what I thought about it. So if this is where you want to click out and be like, oh, politics, I'm out, feel free. But, you know, fuck with us for a little bit. Let us talk about it.
Real.
So let me just say, Black, you saw the debate, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm going to let you tell how you felt about it, and then I'm going to let you know how I felt about it.
Okay. I can describe this debate in about 3 words. Hot ass mess. And long story short, if you are a voter that has never voted before, and this is your first time deciding on who you want to vote for, I want to tell you, I apologize. It's not the representation that our country really needs. It really isn't. If this is your first time voting, which daughter that is going to be voting, she was looking at this and was like, what the hell is going on? And I had no answers. You know what I mean? I really don't have any answers. The way this debate ran was awful. It was god awful. Let's just put that out there. It was god awful. And it put our country in such bad light. It really did. It really put our country in such a bad light. Because this is we as Americans should be conducting ourselves. With that being said, I think that
Did you just freeze up? Did you just freeze up? Oh my God. Come back, Black, come back. Thanos used the time stone on my boy and froze him. All right. Go ahead, exit, come back, man. I'll bring you back in, but you know what? It shows up. Hold on. So shout out to Megan. So like in the comments, it shows up as Facebook user, right? Because she didn't register with StreamYard. So like I saw this comment. I wanted to sum it up. Do you think there should be oh man, let me turn this down now. Because every time there's a guest, it automatically turns the music down. But then when he leaves, it gets loud. But but I saw this, should there be an age limit on driving? And I was like, this sounds like some Megan shit. And sure enough, it was Megan. All right. So here's me. Here's Willie, registered independent. We never get a candidate. But this allows me not to be roped in and get the junk mail from the Republicans or the Democrats. Because my son, here's backstory. My son, he's getting his license and stuff out here. So of course, when you do that, they ask you, you want to go ahead and register to vote? So he's like, cool, I'm 18 now. I'll go ahead and register to vote. And they're asking him, so what are you? And of course he hits Democrat, right? So I don't know this. Like, he comes back to the car. He's like, oh yeah, I registered to vote. I'm just like, cool. So what'd you pick? He's like, Democrat. I'm just like, so why'd you pick Democrat? He's like, isn't that what we're supposed to be? The fact that my son assumed that because he's half black, half Filipino, whatever, that he was not white, that he had to be a Democrat, kind of hurt, because I'm just like, is it this assumption that everybody not white is a Democrat, right? So now here he is, getting all the junk mail to the house. Everything Biden-Harris. Every day I open up the inbox or mailbox. Damn near posters folded up in half. Biden-Harris. Which is cool. It's up to him how he wants to vote. Here's how I looked at it. I felt so bad. I felt embarrassed. I felt sick. I felt sick in my stomach that this is what we have come to, right? And say what you will about President Obama's policies, his plans, his actions, whatever. Watching the debates between Obama and McCain and Obama and Mitt Romney, I miss that. Letting people speak, waiting your turn, and then speaking like an adult, like someone who is able to carry themselves in the highest office, to be the leader of the free world, to carry yourself with some dignity and respect for others, to allow others to say their piece, absorb it, and then retort. What I saw between President Trump, Vice President Biden, was so sad. Like, this is my son's first election. This is my son's first time being able to utilize his right to vote. And he's like, this is my choice, Dad. Like, this is me, you know. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And I feel bad because with this two-party system, they don't allow independents to vote. Like the Democratic primaries, I can't vote. I can't. And people came at me because I didn't vote. Who'd you vote for? Did you vote for Biden or did you vote for Bloomberg? I'm like, I didn't vote. And they're just like, you're just throwing your vote away? I didn't vote because I cannot vote on the Democratic nominee because I'm a registered independent. Like, they don't let people from other political parties vote for the primary. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be like letting somebody from the Republican, who's a registered Republican, vote for the Democratic nominee. They're going to vote for the stupidest person so their Republican nominee can win the presidential one. That's how it works. But that debate, I was just like, they're not letting each other talk about anything. They're not letting each other fully answer the question, because one will start, the other one will interrupt, and then it's a sidebar stuff. Then they talking about somebody's son getting kicked out the military for snorting coke. Then they talking about, my man, you won't say law enforcement. Then they talking about you out here not wearing masks, contaminating half of the world. And it was just, can y'all shut up and let the American people hear your plans, hear your goals, hear what your plan is to fix this, hear what your plan is to fix this. Nothing. It was just the saddest. Like, I was watching it on my phone because I was doing some shit on the computer, and I wasn't watching it on TV because, you know, my 3-year-old takes over the TV and he's watching Number Blocks or something on television. But God, my wife came home and she just heard people yelling on the phone. She's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm just like, I'm watching, trying to choose between the people America picked to lead us next. Like, I don't. I'm just as confused because the look she gave me was like, "What are you watching?" Like, I'm trying to get something out of this debate to see what it is, you know. Yeah. So Megan, she puts, the discussion has left real options as citizens, and it's a giant PR game. Who successfully manipulated you? And the messed up part about that? So I think as a majority, America was upset. But then there's still those super loyal groups who are just like, Biden drugged Trump all through that debate. Like, Biden was the obvious winner. And then there's some like, Trump took that dude to the woodshed and he ran, like he totally won that debate. Like, if you didn't come from that debate, if you did not watch that and like sit back in your chair and legit just ask, so this Joe Jorgensen chick, like, can I hear what she has to say? Like, like, I don't want a true or false question. I don't want A and B. Give me more choices. Where's C? Where's D? Like, this two-party system, if this did not wake America up to be like, the two-party system is absolute garbage, I don't know what else will. I don't know what else America has to see for them to be like, this two-party system ain't it. So everybody, welcome my man, Blackest, Mackest, Attackest, back to the show. The government was after you, huh?
God damn, they tried.
The government was after you, huh?
They tried to censor you, boy. I was talking to real. I was talking to real folks.
Hey, he's speaking that truth. Cancel his internet. But nah. What else did you have to say? Because I know it cut you off. So just pick back up where you left off, man.
Nah. So my whole point about it is, if you're a first time voter, man, like, this shit is it's all the way fucked up. This shit is all the way left for y'all, and I feel bad for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. I really feel bad for them. Like, what? Like, it's like your choices right now is like lube or no lube, and you gotta figure out, like, how is this going to happen to you? You know what I mean? Like, and then you got, on top of that, you have the pandemic, and then all this other extra shit that's actually going on in the country, and like, to hear all that stuff, and like, two grown ass men fighting like little girls, man. Like, you got one arguing with the moderator, you got the other one telling him to shut up. Like, man, it's just like, it's like you a parent and like you watching your kids fight. Like, man, just separate. You go to this room, y'all just stop talking to each other. You know what I mean? That's how I felt watching the debate. And I don't want to be feeling like that when I gotta watch two people that are possibly going to be running the country. You know what I mean? And then it was just immature, man. It was a lot of immaturity.
So Megan asked, so if the choice is, lube or no lube, which one is the lube? I don't even know. Like, you can't even. I don't even know who's lube. You can't even say right now. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like how? Like, one of these guys is going to be running the country. Of course, today you had the news break about the afterwards, which I'm pretty sure that we're going to go into a segment about that. But yeah, man, like, really and truthfully, what I want to say to everybody watching, and then also everybody that may be voting, man, spread the word, educate yourselves, find you a candidate that resonates with you, and vote on that candidate, man. Like, don't listen to anything that's coming out right now, and oh shit, hold on. Don't listen to anything that's coming out right now and then make your decision based on that shit, bro. Cause like, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. They ain't giving you. They're arguing over who's the worst, but nobody's coming up with actual solutions about what matters to you.
Like, go figure out what matters to you, and then the person closest to that shit, vote for them. You know what I mean? And then hold that person accountable once they make office, because the thing that most people do is they run off promises, and they run off like shit that they think people want to hear, and they don't follow up on it. We as the American people, is our right, it's our duty actually to hold people that we elect into office accountable to fix our situations. And I think we as Americans have a way greater job than they do. You know what I mean? Hold them accountable. Hold their feet to the fire on the issues that matter to you. If they're not following through to that, don't vote for them. It's that simple.
Yeah. And bro, this would be a whole different podcast. I don't want to get too political, but I mentioned it in my rant. No, because like I feel some type of way about this. Like, if this isn't the wake up call that this country needs, as far as like, we just can't 100% just sell in to people. Like, we can't have our votes already reserved for whatever. Like, if you're a registered Democrat, they're just assuming that your vote is going to Democrat, or same for Republican.
Right.
And I think this debate kind of did something, because driving home, I'm driving down the street, and there's at least 3 signs along the street that are like Republicans for Biden, right? So those weren't there until after the debate.
Right.
So things are changing. I think people are kind of stepping back, looking. Apparently those guys feel like Biden is now the better choice than their candidate. But I'm just like, you just like, I get it. Like, go ahead.
Then again, like, and I hate that racism has become a forefront of this shit, but it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather, and it's a good thing that the shit is clear cut, right? It's a really good thing that the shit is clear cut, because on TV you have a president saying that stand back and stand by. Yeah. That shit threw me for a fucking loop. Like, I almost punched my damn TV when I heard the shit. Like, stand back and stand by. Okay. But that's good. But the level of clarity that we were at, like, the shit's been clear since he's been in office. You know what I mean? It's clear cut. You know where the racism lies. You know who it lies with. That shit has never been clearer ever in the history of our country. Now we know where we stand, right? So now the shit that bothers me is the Republicans for Trump shit, because it wasn't there until he said that shit, right? Now it's like we gotta hide ourselves again. I hate that he said that, because it put everybody else back in hiding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, we don't want to associate ourselves with this shit, but as long as it was all this other shit, but now that he definitely fucked up and said some shit, all right, I don't want to be associated with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, keep the lines where they were, so we know when it's time to vote. Like, I don't care who you are, what color you are. If racism is your thing, then we ain't cool, and that's just point blank. Period. That is the red line in the sand. Racism is not cool by any means. You know what I mean? So I'm going to vote accordingly, because I've been paying attention. I know who's been supporting this shit and who hasn't. And it ain't a lot of them that haven't been.
So I do feel some kind of way about the step back and stand by. Let me just bring in, what about those people who say it was misconstrued, people took it wrong? And here's my response to that. How can it be, like, I get it, you're on the spot, live TV, you're running for president of the United States. Right. A lot of stuff is on the line. And it didn't seem too hard of a question or a task, because he was like, just condemn, white supremacist groups or whatnot. And like, all you have to do is be like, I condemn, they're wrong, they're evil. Something along those lines. Like, they're not good. Something like that. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to make an eloquent speech. Just be like, I don't agree with them. They're bad for America.
I do not stand with right.
Yes. So the fact that people are just like, well, he just misspoke. I'm like, there's no misspeaking on that. It's like, it's either.
No, that's bullshit.
But here's the thing, because Jennifer Johnson, she's like, but they had prep time. The fact that they didn't prep for, they're not going to ask you about your affiliation to hate groups. So me as an independent, like somebody just on the outside looking in, you see that when he's just like, just right now, condemn white supremacist groups. Who you want me to condemn? I'll do it right now. Who you want me to? And they're just like, just condemn white. He's like, just step back and stand by. And it's like, that's not a, and I get it. So here's the thing. So say, okay, he was flustered. He was caught off guard, didn't prep. That debate was 4 days ago, right? 3 days ago.
Yeah.
You got time to be like, hey, what I did was a misspeak. I do condemn these following groups. I do condemn. Come back and correct it and announce it. You do condemn it. The fact that we haven't heard that back yet is questionable. Now, does that automatically mean I'm going to just jump over? Does that mean I'm going to just jump over to Biden, who has been in the Senate for 47 years and has enacted laws that have incarcerated African-American men for outrageous terms, for misdemeanors and crimes that don't fit the punishment? Absolutely not. These people have to earn my vote. And based after the first debate, neither one of them are getting it. I'm looking more into Joe Jorgensen. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear what she has to say because they don't invite her to the debates. And that's just my thought on that.
Right.
But real quick,
like if you had a candidate that was just like, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. No, it's like if I had a candidate and that was like, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. Like at least you have a fucking plan. I might vote for you. You know what I mean? Like this shit is so messy. It's so messy that like I don't feel comfortable voting for either one of them at this point.
Sad, man. So before we get into the bracket, you kind of alluded to it. President Trump and his wife have tested positive for COVID, and before I left from work today, I was notified that he has been flown to Walter Reed, I think, hospital for treatment. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, the age group and kind of like the health bracket that are most affected or can be affected the most by COVID kind of is where the president falls in, right?
Yes.
So the fact that he was flown to a hospital, I don't know if it was precautionary or if he turned for the worse. Obviously, so here's where I stand on that. I do not wish anybody ill. I don't wish anybody to die. I think it's a terrible thing to have happened. But there have been people who have went straight to Facebook with memes, Twitter with memes, GIFs, all that stuff. And then there are people who are upset that the memes and the GIFs are flowing. What are your thoughts on that? Like, where you stand? Are you more towards we shouldn't be laughing, making light of this, or he made his bed, now he has to sleep in it type thing? So where do you stand on that?
So where I'm at with it right now is when I heard it, it didn't surprise me. You know what I mean? It really didn't. It didn't surprise me that he had it. I'm like, I'm surprised it took him this fucking long to get it because he's been out here just reckless with it. You know what I mean? And I know people that have passed away from COVID. I know people who have had it, and it's no laughing matter. With that being said, I wish him nothing but the best of health, and I don't wish COVID on anybody. But dog, let's be honest. When he got this shit, I was like, you know how when you tell your kids, like, yo, don't do this, it's gonna hurt. Don't do this shit. Don't kick the wall, son. It's gonna hurt. And then they just laughing and giggling and kicking the fucking wall anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that. Like, you tell them motherfuckers don't do something so long, and then it finally happens to them. Now I'm the parent that's like, see, I told your stupid ass the shit was gonna happen. Now go fucking lay down on the couch and think about your life for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with it right now. Like, I knew your ass was gonna get it. I knew you was. So why you run around here playing like you ain't gonna happen? Now go deal with it. I don't wish him to die, but I will say this. This is the absolute worst case scenario for any Trump follower, right? It is the absolute worst case scenario because what's going to happen is if he gets better from this shit, then it's going to be more dangerous for the person that listened to that message. It's going to be way more dangerous because he survives it. And now he's going to have a leg up and saying, this virus isn't that bad because I survived it. I was in the age group. All these facts have come out about him having degenerative heart disease. And if he survives this shit, then it's going to make it worse for the people who follow him and some of those people who may be vulnerable, because then they may feel like it's okay to go out and do that shit. On the other hand, if it God forbid takes his life, then the people that have followed him and listened to that message, now they have to wake up with a certain realization that they've been wrong. And this could turn the tides on everything. And then there's the other case where he could even be lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could actually be lying about this shit.
You looking at the comments?
You know what I mean? And that's worse. That's worse. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. That's worse. You know what I mean? The reason that is worse is because the people who followed him and him saying that the shit is a hoax, now he has it. Now, if he's lying about it, they're not even gonna look at that shit and be like, oh, well, wow. And it totally could be a tactic. But if it's not, I think the people that follow him, it's not even gonna fucking matter. But if it is true, then the people that know better are going to be like, that's some bullshit because you did it as a political move. And then there's people that are actually still dying behind this shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's no good outcome in this. You know what I mean? This situation has no good outcome whatsoever. If he lives, dies, or if he's lying about it, there's no good that is going to come out of him having this disease at all.
I hear and see everything you're saying. Here's where I'm at with that. Obviously, here at the Smoke Pit, DFPN, nobody is here wishing the worst for anybody in a bad position. As far as health, life,
no, I'm not wishing.
No. Like you made that clear. You made that clear. I'm just letting them know from my side before I start talking. Like in the comments, they can go off, but I'm just letting you know, as responsible people, we're not here doing that. Here's where I'm at, and I got to be a little bit more careful because of my job. I wish him well. I hope it's nothing serious. He does have a family. He has a young son that I do not want him to be without a father.
Yeah.
Also, his wife has been
Right.
positive. I don't think she is being treated at the hospital. I don't think she falls into the kind of dangerous category that he falls in. People are saying he's fine. I would want to wait until I hear a medical profession person being like, okay, he's good to go. My problem is this. There's a friend of mine, and I use friend because she's still a friend, no matter where our differences are or whatnot. She had a post kind of calling out people who were making light of the situation of him having COVID, saying that it was evil, come to terms, get rid of the hate and evil in your heart, stressing that it was the Christian thing to do. And if you are listening to this, listen. There's a podcast recently out by Wiz's Beast, and he has Mark on there, and they kind of get into religion, right? And how it's used, if you're either for it or against it, all this other stuff. Not disowning it, but kind of just discussing it. But here's where I was at. Like, to come out and tell people that they are wrong for feeling some type of way about it, whether it's you hope he's fine or not, I think that's bad to just call people evil for that. Because here's my point. This man has been constantly making light of this virus. Yes or no? Yes, right?
He has. He called it a hoax.
A hoax. He gave it funny names like Kung Flu and Wuhan and all this other stuff, right? While he's floating around having rallies with no mask, saying that it's not real, so my people should get together. At the debate, making fun of Biden because he wears a mask most of the time and all this other stuff. He plays it down so much. Now, if I was an individual who had a family member pass away because of this virus, I would feel some type of way about it. Looking at my president, acting like it's not a big deal. Like, I did not lose. Like, if it was not for coronavirus, my grandma, my grandfather, my father, my mother would still be here, right? So that's how I'm looking at it. So he's making fun of it like it's not a big deal. Now he has it. He's checking into a medical facility. If I had a family member who had passed because of this thing, and it's because him in his seat did not react fast enough or do enough stuff to assist me and my family in our time of need, I would be like, I can understand a person who would wish the worst for this guy. I can understand that. Because I'm in the mindset, I grew up in the church. Yeah, it's, a good Christian person would just wish the best for whoever. But the older I get, I understand that you can still be a good person without the whole religious aspect of it. I also know that humans are humans, because we talked about this in a previous podcast. If your son or your daughter happened to have been wronged, killed by police officers or whatnot, or just if your daughter was sexually assaulted by a dude and the court was just like, like who was it, Brock Turner, the dude from the swimmer from Stanford that got caught sexually or raping a woman who was passed out or some shit, and dudes came and got him, and he went to court, and the judge was like, he has his life in front of him, right? Like, if I was that girl's father, Brock Turner would be dead. I would find this man and kill him. That's just me. And the Christian people, the Christians of the world would look at me and be like, you should turn the other cheek. I'm like, how about you turn and look the other way while I go kill this dude who wronged my daughter and justice did not come for her? That would be me. So I'm just saying off the bat, that's the kind of person I am. So if that offends you and you can't be my friend, knowing that I will kill a dude who rapes my daughter and gets no jail time, then unfriend me. But at the same time, she was just like, in my faith, this is how I am. This is how I was raised. This is how I operate. So that conversation was like, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, don't condemn everybody for not having your same mindset. So I'm neutral in the thing. Like when I read the tweet, I was indifferent. I didn't feel like, oh shit, I hope he gets well. And I didn't feel like, oh shit, I hope he dies. You know, it was just like, karma is a motherfucker out here. That's all I'm gonna say. Like when you plant seeds,
right. Yeah, it is.
When you plant seeds,
really
when you reap what you sow. So I hope this is like a coming to, quote unquote, coming to Jesus moment, and he's just like, you know, maybe this shit is more prominent than I thought. There's the conspiracies, and we see them in the comments. People are like, he just did this to kind of steal the press limelight.
But I don't see that fucking happening though.
What's that?
I really don't see that happening. I don't see him coming out of this and being humble. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I see him coming out of this and being like, he'll be totally political about this shit. Publicly, privately, he might be a little more humble, but publicly, I see him being like on some the liberals tried to kill me type shit. That's what I see him on right now.
I mean, he does have he has the following that is very emotional and not rational. I'll say that. So I do see him probably coming, if he comes out of this fine, he can play it like, I told you it was nothing. Look, I'm in peak health condition. I told you I'm that dude. Like Biden couldn't handle this. I can handle it. I'm the dude. Right. It wasn't even as bad as people are saying. See, you know. So, and then his people, his base following will just be like, rally cry, take mask off. Corona's not a thing. Even though I know people, yeah. So it's one of those things where I hope he does not. But again, I'm not going to come at somebody who posts a meme or who is coming at him like, you was out here talking like shit wasn't a big deal. You getting checked into one of the best medical facilities in the world, albeit because you're the president. But I mean, if you was that dude, you would just sit in the White House, take some Tylenol and shake this shit off. Like you was talking like you do. But you know.
Right.
Either way,
right.
He's my commander-in-chief. I wish him well. And hopefully nothing comes up. Nothing comes up to where they have to delay the election or all this other stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of conspiracy, like political conspiracy theories out there. Like he's doing this to delay the election. Oh, yeah. He's doing this to do such and such. But I'm a big believer in karma. You know what I'm saying? Like bad, you can only do so much wild stuff, unsensitive stuff, inconsiderate stuff before the universe is like, you know what? Take that. You know what I'm saying? So, you got anything else to add? Because we can get into some fun stuff right now. Well, this is probably about to piss me off too, because y'all was wilding in this group. Y'all see what I'm unfolding.
Nah, let's get into this bracket, man.
Y'all see what I'm unfolding. So right now, let me just have you guys.
Buddy, y'all was wild.
Let me just have you guys reshare this video because I know a lot of guys were just waiting for us to get into the brackets. So we getting into the brackets on this thing here.
Hey,
right?
shout out to all 6 of y'all that stayed through this whole debacle, because we went in. So thank y'all.
And here was the thing, like when we did the smoke pit, we were like trying to be the resort, the getaway, the escape from the real world shit. But sometimes the real world just has to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? So
it trickles in. Yeah.
It has to be talked about. So I hope that we went about it in a way where you're not just like, oh shit, these dudes are all Fox News, or shit, these dudes are all MSNBC, CNN. We're just trying to give our opinion as a 39-year-old dude, and I don't know how old he is, but watching America with kids and having a family and just your everyday dude watching this stuff. You know, not some dude on Fox News or CNN, but just two regular dudes with a Facebook show telling you how we feel about what's going on.
Yeah. And realistically, you probably got more out of this shit than you would get out of Fox News.
Ooh, tell them. All right, Colonel. Look, I was about to call him Captain Pringle. All right, Colonel Pringle. Shout out to a Smoke Pit fan member, Albert Pringle, man. He was one of the ones that came through with me in Baghdad back in 03, man. Never forget that family I had out there. All right, man. All right, so we on this bracket. So this was the Saddest TV movie deaths bracket, right? So we had 26 nominations. It should have been more. You know what I'm saying? It should have been more, but I'm gonna give my honorable mentions in the Smoke Pit after hours after this. But y'all missed some people.
Yeah, come to Patreon afterwards.
Y'all missed out. Y'all missed out. So we'll go ahead. So we had a play-in round to figure out who's gonna go up against the favorites. So right off the bat, we had Simon Birch. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, Simon Birch. Very emotional, inspirational, then tragic movie at the end. And then Artax, the horse from Neverending Story, right? The group moved on Artax, the horse. The horse that you knew in the horse that you only knew for 5 minutes in Neverending Story, compared to a handicapped child who was teased and picked on for being short, being a small person, who saved people from a bus that fell off the bridge, saved children, pushed them out, and then he drowned from helping other kids. Y'all were in here like, Artax, this horse that I've known for 5 minutes, outside of a child who's but y'all moved Artax on. How'd you feel about that? Did you watch Simon Birch? Have you seen it?
Bro, yeah, I've seen it. And I went with Simon Birch. But yeah, Artax, I was like, you know what? That wasn't the only questionable one.
No, it wasn't.
The only questionable one.
And don't get me wrong, I was emotional with Artax. I was emotional. Like, as a kid, like, y'all know how I feel about Neverending Story. Y'all see me in the group preach about the amazingness, all the emotions that the Neverending Story took me through. But when it comes to this, come on, bro. Like there are people in this group who voted for this horse. If a bus fell over and there was people that didn't know how to swim, you would let them motherfuckers drown. And you would swim your happy ass back to the shore. Simon Birch didn't do that. But y'all motherfuckers would do that.
There's people in the comments. The comments are like Artax.
I see it.
Resonated with people.
And that's good. 5 minutes? Bro, this man rode the horse for like 3 minutes.
Hey, man. Hey,
I love Artax. I love Artax. But my guy. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Look at Megan. Look at Megan in the comments. She's like, we didn't know you judges for voting. Oh, we do this all the time because y'all be wrong.
Yo, yes, we do.
Y'all be wrong.
Yes, we do.
Y'all be wrong in this motherfucker. And like Black said, this ain't the only questionable decision y'all motherfuckers made. Let's move down.
No, it really ain't. It really is.
Let's move down.
When I saw who was in the bracket, I was like, the fuck?
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
How?
Oh, we judging. Y'all talk about don't judge. Oh, we